You're listening to Question Reality. Question Reality with Priscilla Leona. Priscilla Leona.
Hello! Oh my gosh, I think I turned my sound down accidentally. Hold on a minute. Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Oh, wait, there it goes. Oh, it's either on or off. I don't know. Can you hear me in the technical room? You can? Okay. Technical difficulties are always a problem with the live show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Question Reality. As you know by now, hopefully, after 20 plus years, I am the creator and producer and host of the show. Again, Question Reality radio show. And we also have the technical director, Albert Byko, back there making sure the cogs and, no pun intended, gears are working. And we are coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. And just a little background about my show. For over 20 years, I know it's dating me, but I've been doing it a long time, along with other things, not just this show. But for over 20 years, we have been providing listeners with entertainment industry career advice. Now, this show is for you if you are questioning your career reality about pursuing a career in show business. Or if you're already working in the entertainment industry and you just need some tips, advice, and resource information on how to elevate your career status. Now, some of the guests on our show include, we have Emmy winners, Grammy winners, Tony Award winners, reality TV stars. We have just a wide variety of people working in the entertainment industry. Film, TV, television producers and directors. We have A-list casting directors. We have talent managers. We have talent agents. Different people in it. We have script supervisors, behind the scenes people. Those are always fun. We have production assistants, script supervisors. We have celebrity fashion designers. We have singers, actors, models, musicians, comedians, bands, entertainment attorneys, film critics. Oh my gosh. Pretty much if they work in the entertainment industry, I'm going to snag them in. I'm going to pull them in like a magnet to give you some sage advice on how to help you with your career. If they're working in the entertainment industry and you don't, by the end of the year, you don't see them, then send me an email and say, I want and then insert whatever career you're interested in. And there are a couple ways that I would love for you to pay attention to right now. If you want to watch, first of all, any of our past shows, you can go to our archive channel, and that's on YouTube at Priscilla Leona. The profile Facebook page at Priscilla Leona. You know my tip every week: branding. Try to keep everything consistent so people can find you on Google. Facebook at Priscilla Leona, main Facebook page, which is Question Reality Radio Show, and the website questionrealityradioshow.com. And that's where you can also see the 2024 schedule, which is fantastic because you can see all of the careers and people that are coming up. We have very exciting guests coming up, by the way. We have Mary Lubelli. She is a multiple Emmy-winning television producer, primetime network television director. Sorry. Well, she's a producer too, but I think for the Emmys she's won, it's for primetime television. And we have Michael Orland coming up, who is the musical director for American Idol for 16 seasons. He's going to be with us. We have a wonderful lady named Saba Moore-Doucette. Now, this lady blows my mind. She is an 81-year-old sports model, fitness queen. Yes, 81 years old, and she looks not a day over 33. You got to check her out. Okay, so she's going to be on my show. Oh, my God. We just go to the 2024 schedule. We have a big, exciting bunch of people that are coming up. And we kindly ask if you wouldn't mind doing us a favor to give us a little thumb. You know, everybody a little thumb. We need a thumb. So give us a like, follow us. The drill. We will return in kind to make sure that we follow you and give you likes on your posts too. Now, if you want to come on the show, we would love to have you. If you're working in the entertainment industry or you know someone and they want to showcase their products or their projects, we will vet you. Yeah. Everybody likes to be vetted and little thumbs, right? We will vet you, and I'm sure you'll make the cut. And you can go to our website, questionrealityradioshow.com, and you go to the contacts page. It's very easy. All we need is your name, your email, your title, and your website and social media sites. So we can go there and take a little itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini look at you. And Question Reality Radio Show, again, is where you can see the schedule. You can see a bio, my brief bio. Just go there and give us, again, little likes. So that is it. Now we get to the exciting part of the show for me. The guest that we have on today, he's been on the show many times. He is one of our favorites. He is a drop-dead, gorgeous, sexy, hunka, burning love man. And his name is Geir, or Geir. I always get that wrong. He's going to correct me. I hope there's a spanking involved if I got it wrong. Geir Ness. And his website is, see, what did I tell you? Is that a hot, sexy little beautiful oh, I forgot to turn my notifications off, and I'm getting little dings and dots. Let me turn that off right now. My do not disturb. But this is Geir Ness. Go to his website, Geir, GEIRNESS.com. And he's also on TikTok at Geir Ness Norway. He's on Instagram at Geir Ness, and Facebook, Lila Perfume. Lila. Woo! I gotta correct that. I always want to say Layla because one of my favorite songs is Layla, but it's Lila. Laila Perfume, Parfum. The correct way to say perfume. And he's also on YouTube. And just to let you know, he is an international celebrity fragrance designer. He designs perfume and candles and skincare and sunscreen and bath and body stuff. Candles. Did I say candles? Yes. And the pan bags, the list is endless. Go to his website, GeirNess.com. But what I just found out recently was that he designs dog fragrances. Oh my God. Now, I don't have a dog, but I love animals. Love them. We did have 3 cats, but they all ran away. I didn't know that you can put them out in the yard and have a big opening with a fence and holes and stuff, and they ran away. But it was glorious while I had them. Anyway, love dogs, and he has dog fragrances. And I have so many friends that have dogs and love their little bundles. So it's great that we get to talk about that today. I'm excited about that. He's also got some new products that we're going to be talking about today. But more importantly, since this is a show that helps people with tips, advice, and resource information on what it takes to make it in the business, we are going to discuss the wonderful world of fragrances. And he is a fragrance designer. So maybe there are some of you out there who also want to be a fragrance designer. So hopefully he will give us some tips on how you can get started doing that. I would imagine that's a very complicated process, but maybe he can uncomplicate it for us. And this profession, which I think is so lovely to be in. If I hadn't failed science, I might have pursued it. Science, and I would imagine you got to be good at science and biology and chemistry. Definitely chemistry. definitely chemistry. But what's great about this is this profession entails creating unique fragrances. And I always think that fragrances just brighten the spirit and electrify the soul. I have so many bottles of perfume. It is to the point of being weird. Like, it is weird. I have 102 pairs of shoes. I have clothes, like bags and bags. My husband thinks there's something definitely wrong with me, but I have so many bottles of perfume. And I gotta say, out of all of my perfume, and we're not talking $1.99 bottles here, I have expensive perfume. And out of all of them, my favorite is Lila by Geir Ness. And I'm not just saying that. You will have to, I would suggest, go into a department store, and his stuff is sold in just about every department store. But go into your favorite department store and smell this. Ah, you are going to drop dead. Or at least no, hopefully you won't, because you just smelled his perfume, but you're going to just die. Let's say that. You're going to just die seeing and smelling. The perfume is fantastic. I love it. So a little bit about Geir before we bring him on. He is Norwegian. So as a Norwegian boy, he lived in the fjords. Don't you just love to say that word? The fjords, Fjords, the fjords. He was skiing in the mountains, and he was picking wildflowers. Oh my God, he was doing all kinds of stuff, I would imagine, that you do in a fjord. I'd like to be in a fjord with a Norwegian boy. But he was hiking in the hills, and he would go on to work for some of the best fragrance houses in the world, but he never encountered a fragrance that could match what he felt was like the breath of Norway that he'd known as a child. So nothing could really rival the smells. Now, I just want to go to Norway just to smell these smells that incited his desire to make this perfume. But I would imagine that there are lots of like flowery smells. I don't know. Maybe I have to go to Norway and get a good sniff. So eventually the mountains called him home. He was out traveling, roaming around, smelling all the smells of different perfumes, but he just wanted to go back to Norway. So the mountains called him home, and he went home with a mission. And he wanted to mine, M-I-N-E, like gold mine Norway's natural elements until he had captured them in a fragrance. He's like, wow, I got it. And Geir's mother is named Lila. She became the inspiration for the first fragrance, obviously, Lila. And what it smells like, you would kind of, okay, so it's like combining Nordic wildflowers, and then you got a hint of lavender and just a bunch of other kind of natural elements of Norway. Again, if you haven't smelled Norway, you don't know what's going on. So you just have to imagine. But anyway, he discovered a unique fragrance with creating Lila that truly reflected his mother's energy and her effervescence. And he just named the fragrance after her. Why not? I would too. And now this has become such a beloved fragrance. It's uplifting, and it's a scent that many people say instantaneously. Well, I feel every perfume does this, but they just say it just alters their mood, and it makes them feel like a Nordic optimism of spirit. So there you go. You want to know what it feels like? You got to go smell perfume. Buy it. Would be even better. But Lila was simply the beginning of his long line of products. It is, I guess it's kind of like the ambassador, his ambassador product. So today, Uh, Further nuances of Norway's natural scents can be experienced in his complete fragrance and body lines. And he has Norsk snow. Now, he didn't have that the last time he was on the show. So we're going to talk about that. And he has Geir for Men and Skin of Norway. Oh my gosh, there's so many products for us to talk about today. But the powerful stories that he's experienced really caused a great transformation. And he really felt that it renews hope and love and inspiration for all of his fragrances. And I can only tell you again, I just smelled the Lila, but if it's as good as my Lila perfume, you know every one of these products has got to be fantastic. And so there you go. As far as Geir, we're going to talk to him and find out the beginning, the middle, but not the end. Hopefully it's going to go on and on and on. And what I'm going to say now, because I have been watching this wonderful show that takes place in Norway, and they say, thank you, they say, tak. So I've been waiting to say that, talk. So without further ado, let's bring him on.
Hello.
Hey! Oh, you're not sleeping yet.
I'm still up just for you.
Wow, that was a long, brief bio, but I felt it was necessary because people just can't get enough of you. We had to really just tell everybody about you, right?
Oh,
Now,
you're so sweet.
Is it pronounced Geir or Geir?
Gear. Like a gear shift. Shifting in gear and go.
Shifting gear. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel like calling you Geir, but Geir it is. Oh my gosh. So as we were talking about so many products you have, I don't know how you honestly do it. I would think it would take 1,000,001 years to create one fragrance, and yet you have so many products out there. So I guess we want to talk about first, how in God's name do you get your energy to be able to do what you do? Do you have a special technique, formula? What's going on?
Well, the energy comes, I think, from me was growing up in Norway. My dad was a ski trainer. I could ski before I could walk. I was doing sport my whole life. Eating healthy, doing anything, so gave me energy. And I had to say now, what's giving me energy is also when I travel around the world and meeting people that wear my products and they tell me stories, how my fragrance has inspired them or made them a family. I got this one guy come up to me and he was telling me that he was in a bank to pay his bills. And he said, somebody smells so good behind me. So he turns around, talks to this woman that was wearing my fragrance, Lila, and they started to chat and they like each other, exchange phone number. They ending up starting to date. They got engaged. They got married. They got a girl. They named it after my fragrance, Lila. They come in when I was doing promotion in Disney, they come into Disney World and was telling me, "Here, this is Lila, named after you. This is how because of your fragrance. That's how we met. We got married and everything because of that fragrance." So when you get that kind of messages and people telling you stories behind, it means the world to me. And I just get more and more energy just listening to people wearing my products. And that's the reason I created it. I want a fragrance that you feel happy with, you feel well, you feel energetic, like if you're in a bad mood, I want to put it on and you feel good about yourself. All those elements I try to put into the fragrance. And so far I think I've done it since I get so many emails daily from people telling me all different stories, how this fragrance has made a difference in their life.
Well, okay, so did you always know you wanted to be a fragrance designer? I mean, from reading your bio, it sounds like you kind of knew something with smells, but were you at like 5 years old thinking, oh,
No.
I want to, I mean, what did you originally want to be and how did you end up becoming a fragrance designer?
So my background was actually has a little bit about what you do in the show for is the entertainment business. I was working in Spain as a tour guide, and I produced and directed cabaret shows for all the tourists from Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, singing, dancing, and having fun. And that led me to the United States to study more about that craft and some producing, directing. And I needed a job in the weekend. I was very broke. So a friend of mine in the fragrance business got me a job as a fragrance model. And I didn't know what a fragrance model was. And he said, well, when people walk into the store, you got to spray them. So I thought he meant spray all of them. So I was running after people spraying it. And then the manager at the store come up to me and said, "Excuse me, sir, but I don't think this is for you." So I got fired after 3 minutes. That's how I started
Ah,
this business.
what?
Because I'm used to do everything 110%. I don't do things 90%. I always do
Yeah.
more than I have to, you know?
Yeah, well, I can't imagine why he would fire you. I mean, didn't they give you an orientation or tell you what? Weren't you
Yeah,
supposed
but
to do
I
something?
got this job from a friend of mine that was in the business. He had to
Ah,
leave for a weekend. So he said, "Can you take over and work? And the only thing you need to do, spray people." So I said, "Everybody comes in to spray them." And I thought he meant everybody. So I didn't ask, "Excuse me, do you want to try some?" I said, "Hey, try this, boop, boop, boop." But then I
wow.
started to work in another department store and I started to learn. And people asked me where I was from. And I said, Norway. And they say, "Doesn't Norway have their own scent?" And I find out we never had one. So then I met a French perfumer. I started to work with him. I worked for other perfume line, and that's how I started. But I always, since I was little, I like scent. Like I was up in the mountains, with my mom. I could separate flowers easily. I also have a nose for scents, and I wanted something that reflected Norway that I felt when I was little, and young with my mom. I always have these wonderful memories with skiing. I go up to the mountain and see the glacier and the fjords and the whole thing. And so when I find out that I wanted to create this fragrance, finally, I wanted something that has all those elements in it. And because I love my mom so much, and she inspired me so much when I was little, I copied her signature without her knowing it, and I still screened her name on the bottle, and I gave it to her for Mother's Day. So,
Ah.
so Lila is very special to me for many
So
reasons.
is your mother still with us?
Oh yes,
Oh yay! She
of
must be
course.
so proud of you.
And she's lovely. She's not just my mom. She's also my best friend. We have vacation together every year. We do a lot of stuff together. So it's really I'm very lucky to
Yeah.
have a mom like that. I know a lot of people don't have that, so I take nothing for granted. But um, she inspired me with a lot of things, not just being my mom, but the way she treats other people, respect people, and the way she is. And I try to learn from her every day. Still today, I'm learning something from her.
Yeah, well, you have a wonderful mother, which yes, you're so lucky. You got to grow up in Norway. That is that I'm just I always wanted to go to Norway. I don't see it in my future, but for those of you, for those people who don't know what a fjord is, please
Yeah.
explain what a fjord is. FJORD, people. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so a fjord, you can think about a big river, right? A big river, but it has a mountain coming from down, going up, shooting up on the side. And when you go in here, they're big. They're like a river. It's a large river, but we call it a fjord because they're very wide. And it doesn't have to be. There are fjords that are more narrowy and they go out again, but it's huge mountain usually next to it. So and a lot of areas has obviously snow on top. Even in the summertime they have glacier and they're beautiful, so we call it a fjord, FJORD, in Norway. But you can also look at it as a large river, but it's we call it a fjord. So that's what means people say, "Oh, I wanted to go to the fjords in Norway." It's mostly rivers that go around, and they're spectacular. You feel like in the postcard when you go there. It's so beautiful.
Now,
And
people aren't allowed to fish in the fjords, are they? Do
there
they
are fish there
fish?
too. Absolutely, you can fish there as well.
Is she
Um,
in the fjord?
yeah, it is absolutely beautiful. And
Ah,
I tell people any time of the year it's fun to go to Norway, but the best time to go because we have the midnight sun in like
ah,
in June, July. So we
yes.
can go there, see the midnight sun, and take the the, the little cruises up the fjords way up north in Norway. It's so beautiful.
Does that, for people who don't live there, does a visit cause your circadian rhythms to be thrown off? Like people normally go to bed at 8, 9 o'clock. With there being the midnight sun, I hear that people just don't. They don't. They their rhythms or their sleeping rhythms are thrown off, and they don't know when to go to bed. And they
Well,
walk around in a daze. They said it's beautiful, but my eyes were as big as saucers the whole time because of the midnight sun. Do your
well,
friends tell you that when they come there, how they can't sleep a normal schedule?
Well, most of the places you go to will have like blinds you take down so you
Oh,
can sleep. Because it is bright. You know, it's not like it's huge sunshine 24/7. The sun goes down. It depends if you go up north. The sun hardly never goes down, but there's like a few hours where it's a little darker and it goes up again. But most people, most hotels, they have blinds so you just take down when you go to sleep so you can sleep well. But then if you wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, you have it's light outside again, you know.
it's still,
So
oh my god. Okay, so you're saying that people do go to bed at a normal, well, I don't know, it's normal
yeah,
over there,
but
at a
yeah,
normal time, but they have to have blackened
right,
curtains.
yeah,
But you still have like a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 work week, right?
right, right.
So not because, so because of the midnight sun, it's not like you say, "Hey, the midnight sun kept me up. I'm coming in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon." You can't do that, right?
Right, that would work.
So it's a regular like Monday through
Right,
Friday 9 to 5 thing. All right.
exactly.
Don't be, so people don't be scared of the midnight sun.
Yeah.
There's all right. It's all right. It would probably be best if vampires didn't move there. They don't have too much nighttime. That's
Right.
not a good place if there was a vampire. So what do you feel were the events in your life, maybe one or two, that played the greatest role in shaping your career, other than what you've told us already? Was there something else that really kind
Yeah,
of set?
okay. You mean how I started my? So the thing is with me, you know, I always learned from my mom to go with your heart and what you feel like. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah. So when I started to feel like there was a fragrance I want to create, but you know, remember I didn't have any money when I going to start this. I didn't know where the money was coming from or anything. And I had a friend of mine come up to me and he said to me, Geir, I know you're going to be successful. And here's some money you can pay me tomorrow or in 20 years. And it was just, and I didn't ask for it. He came to me and I had one credit card. So I maxed out my credit card and I started. But because of he believed in me so much, I said, I have to do this now. You know, people believe in me and I had to believe in myself because if you don't believe in yourself, nothing will happen in show business and anything. The reason that you have actors today that are very successful, they might not be the very best actor, but they believe in themselves and they stick with it, you know. But a lot of people that are talented, I see this so they don't believe in themselves really. They're very talented. I met many of them, and you know probably hundreds of them, but
Yeah.
they don't have that extra thing. They believe in yourself and have a goal and stick with it. You know, when things going a little down, you got to be strong, and that's where I have learned so much from my mom, and I took that with me. So when I started, you know, people treated me not really nice. And when I created, you know, started with my fragrance, people kind of laugh behind my back, and who is this guy over there? You know what I mean? And like, boom, boom, boom. But I was like, you know, I believe my fragrance was the best in the world. I believe one day I will be with celebrities. I see a red carpet in front of me, And one day I was invited to be the fragrance for the Grammy Awards, backstage and did all the, but because I believed in it so strongly and I never doubted it and I sticked with it. And that's one thing that when you ask me that question that I really believe in is believing in yourself so much that things will happen and never doubt it. Go with your heart. And you also know when there are people around you that are jealous or are negative, just get rid of it. Get rid of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay focused and positive. Have good energy. And I
Right.
promise you, whoever, everybody watching your program and with you, all the stuff you have been doing, I follow you too for a long time. I know all these people you have, and they're successful people and all. But I think if we all just believe in ourselves, we will go so much further.
Right.
And when things is not doing so great, don't focus on my back, on my this, on my hand. No,
No.
stay
No.
away.
And
Focus.
not only do you, as Geir said, you have to believe in yourself, but you have to, okay, you already believe in yourself. I know I can do it. What skill set do I need to develop? What tools do I need to put in my toolbox to make me succeed? And one of the most important things, whatever career you decide, specifically talking show business, it's
Right.
called show business. You have to learn about the basics of
Yeah.
business. It's not enough that you're beautiful and you have a great body and you have talent. They're
Right.
a dime a dozen out here.
Yes. Exactly.
You've got to have more than that. And that
Yeah.
includes you have to have a great personality. You have to be positive and upbeat. You got to make people want to be around you.
Yeah.
But, you people can smell desperation a mile away,
Yeah.
specifically
Yeah.
casting directors, producers, directors. You cannot be desperate. Like Geir said, he only had a couple bucks to his name, but he wasn't running around telling any sad, sappy stories. Oh my God, I'm so poor. I don't know what I'm going to do. No, I hope you didn't. I'm saying you didn't because I don't
No.
think you did, but you just did not burden other people with your problems. You didn't become a victim. And that's
But
very, very important
no,
too. Like,
absolutely. What you're saying now, it's so important. It's so true. You have to put a price tag on yourself and make you bigger than you are. Like when I started the first promotion I have at Nordstrom, I bought a suit in a garage sale for $5. I got a red carpet there. I put the red carpet in front of me. I got a friend of mine coming to take picture with me. I said, "Can you come down, John, and take picture of me at Nordstrom and pretend that I'm a big celebrity from Europe?" And he said, "I would love to, but this is before cell phone. This is 20 years ago." And he said, "I would love to, Geir, but I have no film in my camera." I said, "Nobody knows that. Just come and flash away and be a superstar." And but this is a fun story. So this woman come up to me. I remember she was in Chanel from top to toe, and she's like, "Oh my God, darling, I love that suit. That must be from Europe." And I bought it 5 blocks away in the garage sale. And while I was talking to them, the people lined up. I felt something was crawling inside and biting me, and it was fleas because I couldn't afford to dry clean this suit. So I was staying there, being like a star from Europe, right? To pretend and have this coming in, and then at that time I worked as a seat filler for Mary Lou Henner, the actress.
Oh my God, Mary Lou Henner is the sister of Lauren Henner, who was married to one of my best friends, Lynette. I'm very familiar with Mary
Right.
Lou.
So I was a seat filler at her show. So after I was at Nordstrom, I sold out all my bottles the first day at Nordstrom before Mother's Day, and then I had to go take the suit off in my little car that I parked far away because it was like a car, $600 car. I didn't want nobody to really see that I was driving that kind of a car because I was a star, right? So I go into seat filler and I get $20 to plaque, and then I remember a few months later, for Halloween, they would pay me $40 if I could dress up, and I didn't have anything to dress up with. So I took from a trash can some plastic bag around my head and be like a bag lady and plaiting, and I made $40, while I was a star with Nordstrom and doing my promotion with my perfume. So that's
Because
how I started.
you're creative. You can
Yeah,
think. That's how you know you're an artist. You know that you were born
yeah,
to create something,
right.
and your brain lets you create many things. That
But
is so
but
funny.
that's what you said. Don't put yourself poor me, because I did the totally opposite, exactly what you said. I made me, bigger. I
Yeah,
made, like, and then it becomes, if you believe in
that's
all that,
right.
but if
That's
you
right.
believe you can't do anything, you will get less. So
That's
this
right.
exactly what you said is so true.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't go bitching, whining, complaining. Save your
Right?
tears for the pillow.
Yeah.
That's right. Now, what do you consider one of your biggest success stories, um, professionally and personally? Because you've had so many. But what really, when you think back, you think, "Ooh, I'd love to say this is mine, and that's mine, business wise and professionally."
Well, business wise, I think that I was sticking with it and never give up what my dream was. And I also, one of my dream, I always, when I grew up, I saw a Disney movie once a year for Christmas. We loved Disney. I always was a big fan of what Disney stands for when it comes to storytelling and feeling good about yourself. So when I got my product into Disney, that was the biggest thing for me, because I have, identity. I remember I was there by myself inside the store when I going to promote my first day with Disney before anybody came, and I see the stickers with Mickey Mouse thing, with my name on, and my tears coming down. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this. It's not, it was, for me, it was like the biggest thing that could happen to me was to
That was
be
your
Disney.
perfume Frozen for the movie Frozen, right? Is that what you're
That was
talking about?
also that was also, but Lila was before that. Yes, I
Oh,
created that fragrance, with Disney too, with the Frozen movie.
for Frozen, yeah.
But the Lila was the first one that they took in actually before that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
thought Frozen. Okay. So, but
and then
Frozen was only a limited line. You no longer
right,
have
that was limited for when the movie was
for
going
the
on,
movie,
and
right?
after that sold out very quickly. Was for that I decided to come up with a new scent, and I wanted also something that was similar, but different than Lila and Frozen and the other one. So what I did, I wanted people to feel like they are up in the glacier of Norway. All the snow's coming down, so I named it Norsk Snø, which means Norwegian snow, and that came out, and I launched that actually exclusively first with Disney, because Disney means so much to me, and I was doing it, and it's been a very big success with that fragrance also. And all of them, people say, I feel like in Norway when I smell the fragrance, I feel so great. I mean, that's what I wanted with it. And yeah, it's been amazing, a project to work with. And
If you had to do it all over again, would you change anything in your career pursuit? For example, let's go back 25, well, I don't know how long your
right.
career, how long it's been, but if you had to give yourself advice, right, just
Mhm.
one bit of advice, what would you tell your younger self to do or not to do?
Probably not listen to the people that give you kind of a bad advice, or trying to be put you down or be negative around you, because I always try to be nice to people, and but I feel not
Mm-hmm.
everybody is like that, or they don't want you well, or they are very negative. So maybe I wouldn't be hanging around those people for so long as I did before I realized this is not good for me, to be around these kind of people. So I
Yeah.
think that will be the one advice that I have. The rest, but there was a lot of people around at that time when I started and came up that wasn't good for me. So probably to stay more focused, and surround myself more with positive energy. And if you don't have it and you feel somebody drag you down all the time,
Kick them
just try
to the
to
curb.
air them down.
Kick them to the curb. Get
Yeah,
out of my
exactly.
get out
Get
of
rid
my
of it.
scent range. You're in my scent range. Get
Right.
out of there.
Exactly. I think that's one of the things, though, that I will say that I will have done a little different that time.
Yeah.
But I just think the whole story. I mean, I never thought about doing a fragrance. I came to learn more about the craft, go back to Europe, and maybe work more in the business, in the show business there. And then in Spain, I loved Spain. I love being there. I lived there for 2 years, and it was wonderful. But I have to say now, what I've been doing now, I have been so lucky to work with so many different people, and meet, I mean, I met a lot of the biggest stars in the world. I hang out with them. I've been to the Golden Globes and the Oscars and the whole thing, which is wonderful, with my
Yeah.
fragrance and also without. But also, what's been wonderful for me is I've been working with, the volunteer work for the animal shelters. I've been doing some volunteer for abused children. I was Santa Claus one year. I came in with backpacks and I put this like Norwegian candies in it, and I go in and I give them and tell the story of being Santa Claus, and make it different for people. So I've been able to do that as well, not just with my fragrance, but also do other things, and trying to give back and give people energy, and yeah, and come back. And one story I have to tell you, which
Yeah.
was so interesting for me. I was in Disney with my promotion. This woman walks in, and a lot of people around me, and she's starting to screaming, Mr. Ness, Mr. Ness, you saved my life. I said, what? And she ran over to me and hugged me, and I didn't know what to think. And she said to me, a year ago, Mr. Ness, I had cancer. I was laying in bed. I just wanted to give up. And I said to my husband, can you get that fragrance that I like so much from Norway? I just want to smell it again. And she said, as soon as I got that and smelled it, something happened to me. I wanted to live again. And while she was saying that, her husband walks in and he said, this is a true story. And there was other people, with Disney around that listened to this. And I was just blown away. And she said, you don't know what the fragrance are doing to me and many of my friends too. You have actually saved me. And she was like hugging me. And after that, I was like, I thought to myself when I went home that night, to my hotel room, I also started to cry myself too, because I didn't realize that a scent can mean so much to people, from getting married, kids, and,
Yeah.
and this, and all kind of different things. And I believe that that's what I really wanted. I wanted people to feel good wearing it, but I didn't know that has this kind of impact on people.
Wow.
And for me, it's just, yeah, I just can't believe it. And when I do promotion around the world, whenever I go in Disney, or I've been to Nordstrom many times, or wherever I go, I hear stories from people telling me all different stories. And that's what really drives me to be able to do this. And I wanted to do more.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, it sounds like you are making people just don't think about scents being something that can change you. But think about this. You, as a person, you go and you have a favorite deodorant. You have a favorite soap. You have a favorite because of the scent, right?
Hmm.
So perfumes have scents that do change you and make you feel differently. How can they not? Your olfactory system is vital for everything. It's how we figure out if our food is good or we're going to get food poisoning. You smell it, right? Does it
Right.
smell good? Does it not smell? So we light candles because candles help us feel better. It makes us feel so. It's very, very, very important.
Yeah.
So there are some scents, though. I wanted to ask you about this. Maybe you could explain. I have some friends that wear perfume. Not many, thank God, but I have a couple friends that wear this perfume. I don't know what it is because I'm afraid to ask, but the smell of it makes me feel nauseous and I literally get a headache and I feel like I'm going to vomit. But the other people that are in the group go, "Oh my God, I love that. What's that smell?" So my question is, do you know anything about how one scent can really just move your world and just make you float where other scents can make you feel like nauseous and sick? What is it within humans that makes that happen?
Well, there is a lot of ingredients that some people are allergic to. They can be anything. They can be kind of flowers. They can be some herbs. They can be whatever. There can be a lot of different things. Also, there is a lot of fragrances that can be very popular because there, let's see a celebrity coming out with a scent or whatever. It can be an expensive scent. So and lots of advertisements. So maybe people buying that and they know that scent is that scent, so it can be popular for a while. And when you smell it on somebody else, oh, there must be that scent, and because of the name, and it would drop down. But I think that for a lot of people, most people that I talk to, they want something clean and light. But there
Yeah.
are, of course, there are all different fragrances, with patchouli
Of
in it, the
course. Yeah.
oil that is
Yeah.
very strong. And a lot of people, some people are allergic to that, they
Yeah.
can't stand it. And so what I would do with my scent, they can all, but what I will do with my scent, I wanted something very different from most fragrance. And also some of the oil I have in it, you can only get in my scent. That's how, I created them, where they're so high up in the mountains, so they're very crisp and light. So
Mm.
most people, there will always be people that can be allergic to anything. You're just looking at them, oh, I'm allergic, you know what I mean? Whatever. But most people, I will say, wearing my fragrances, they have no, that reaction is the opposite of I feel clean, I feel light. But there are fragrances out there because of the ingredients. Some people can be allergic to, and there are people allergic to a lot of things. You can have a scent around them. But I have doctors that are wearing my fragrance, and they're not even allowed to wear fragrance. That makes them
Yeah.
good. And they say the patient loves it. They love the scent. They don't know it's the fragrance or what it is. It's just my aroma or whatever it is. And uh, so I
So
created
it's
in that mind.
it's an individual
Yeah,
thing, just
yeah,
coded
yeah.
somehow, because there's just that one fragrance. I'm not going to mention it, but it's a popular fragrance, but I just can't smell it. Woo!
Right,
But I also love to eat popcorn, but I can't stand the smell of popcorn
right,
or it's weird. We're a weird. Now, it
right.
seems like being someone in your profession, a fragrance designer, it is gotta be one of the most super cool careers. And I would think that you just fly like on Aladdin's carpet. But I know that that can't possibly be. So, can you tell us, if someone wants to be a fragrance designer, what obstacles should they look out for? What should you be aware of?
Well, first of all, if you want to be a fragrance or create a fragrance or want into that field, you have to know first what kind of scent you want to do, right? And be careful. There's a lot of perfume houses out there, but that you can contact, and but it's not easy to get into them because they want to work with people that already. I was lucky that time when I started, but I know now when people trying to do it, that you can contact a perfume house. There are many of them in the States, smaller one. And then you contacted the people that work there and you can set up an appointment and go in. But just be sure that you find, I will say there's different oil, some oil are more synthetic, some are, and you pay for the oil, the quality of the oil, right? So
Mm,
if it's, I was going to say not too cheap, but if it's not as expensive as the other one, you have to find out how good they are and who they worked with, because the oil are so different from place to place. And some of the fragrances that you can buy very cheap in department stores, and there's a reason for it, because the oil they're using, it's not the same as other ones. But I'm also not saying that you have to wear a $5,000 fragrance to be the best at all, because it's
yeah.
all different. And
Yeah.
also a lot of times, Priscilla, you pay for the packaging, right? I
Yeah.
know, because I put all the money that I can into the fragrance, and I have a
Yeah.
clean, simple packaging. So people buying actually for the fragrance and not for the packaging. And I know this, and I know a lot of those um, other fragrances. You pay for the packaging. The
Yeah.
expensive, the beautiful. That's what you pay for too. You not pay for the inside. Because
Right.
when you're wearing it, you don't know what the packaging look like, right? You're wearing the scent. So for me, it's important to have a quality fragrance and a clean, simple packaging that reflect, what I'm selling.
Yeah, I did not know that there was such a thing as a perfume house, that was the first step that you go to.
Hmm.
So, my so when you were trying to figure out how to stamp that scent of Lila, did you come with a bunch of flowers in a basket from Norway, or did you go to a perfume
Well,
house and you just smelled a whole bunch of stuff?
yeah, so what I did, I worked with this French perfumer, and he was guiding me, helping me, that showed him scents that I wanted, like flowers and things. So we have to mix those with other oil base that also they had, which was more of the lavender extract, pure lavender extract into
Yeah.
what I like, and we mixed them. We worked on it for 4 years to create Lila. It took 4 years from I started to I finished. So it's a long process to doing this. There are so many ways you see now. You can go into a place and make a fragrance in 5 minutes, right? You just, oh, I want this, and they have like all this oil for you to mix them together. But that's just, it's not the same as what I did. You make a scent that you own. You own the oil. I own the lilac oil. You can
Yeah.
only get in my fragrance, and then you pay for that, of course, and it always have that oil. But there are different ways you can do it. I mean, there are fragrance houses or fragrance companies that will make a smaller batch. Most of the big perfume houses only work with big, designer fragrances, big,
Yeah.
names. But if you are new and want to go into this industry, you can go and contact places that create fragrances for startup companies, or if you're by yourself and you can go in there, make an appointment, go in. They always want to see that you have money and the minimum orders and the whole thing, of course. And the thing is also, when you, one thing is to find the scent, but then you have to get the bottles, right? And those company that making those bottles, you have to maybe buy 5,000 or 10,000 minimum, right? Order. So it's not, and then the pump will come from another place. So the pump and then the packaging, and all that. So when all that stuff is done, it will be pretty costly. So you have to be careful, and probably good idea to do is to have somebody with you that can help you with the cost, and
Yeah.
but you
You
have to
need
have the idea
you
first of
need a
what
sugar daddy, right, Geir?
exactly.
You need a sugar mama or sugar
That's
daddy
right.
to
Yeah,
be
so
a
it's a
fragrance.
big and then you have to be sure that you can have the name. If you have the name, you have
Yeah.
to register the name, right?
Right.
You have to
Right.
copyright it. So there's all those things you have to think about too. But the main thing is, if you want to do a fragrance, to find out what kind of fragrance do I want, and be
Yeah.
sure that you have a story behind it that reflected you and what you want. For me, there was Lila, my mom,
Yeah.
what I did with her. For some other people, it could be anything, to come up with. Maybe you like apples, you know what I mean? You're picking
Yeah.
apples and you like an apple scent, or you want whatever it is, I mean,
A
we all like different
favorite
things.
band. One of my other favorite perfumes is One Direction. I'm obsessed with Harry Styles gear. Oh my
Right.
God, like that man. I swear, I think I would give several limbs to just lick him. But when he was with the band One Direction, they of course came out with their the
Right.
merchandise was just crazy. But their perfume is called One Direction, and I love that perfume. Now I don't know if I'm biased because it's One Direction, but it really does smell good. But
Right.
here's what I want to say about your perfume. Now you're going to flip out when you see this. Okay, so I'm not going to name a particular perfume, but I pay a lot of money for my perfumes. And this particular perfume, which I will not name, I spent a lot of money on it. And I have so many perfumes that I only put a couple sprays because I want them to last. Well, little did I know that you need to confirm this for me because this is what someone told me. People have said, Priscilla, the reason why it doesn't smell the same is because after a couple years they lose their scent. And I'm like, wait a minute, I paid $150 for that perfume. I don't want it to lose its scent. But here's what I'm going to show it to you. Ready? Wait. Okay, I'm going to have to put it on my head. This is your perfume that you gave me as a sample. And look how much I have left. Now, the point is, you
Oh my
gave this to me
God.
about 10 years ago or whenever you first came on my show. And this is how much I have left because I only put a little bit here and a little bit there. Whereas my other perfume, I'm like, shh, 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 right? But this perfume has lasted and has not lost its scent in the 10 years I've had it.
Wow.
And
That's
and I
amazing.
don't know what you're putting in it. Let me see. I think my forehead's probably big enough to get that Layla's on. but this is the one you gave me a long time ago, and I was almost out. So that's why I told B, oh, do you think he could send me some samples? I'm almost out of my perfume and I'm going to just die if I run out. So this perfume of yours in all the years has not lost its scent, whereas this one particular perfume that I bought that I paid a lot of money for, it doesn't smell the same. And I store them in, I think I told you this, I am obsessed with shoes and perfumes and purses, and I take very good care of my stuff. And I store the perfumes in a cool area where they're not subjected to sunlight or heat. I don't know if that was the secret, but it certainly wasn't the secret to that other perfume that I lost. So my question to you is, is it true that perfume loses its scent after a couple years? And should it?
It is, because the oil are very sensitive, and if you keep it in a warmer place, let's say in a bathroom, like a lot of people do, you know, we come to dampers and stuff, that can damage the oil for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I don't know where you kept your fragrance, but if you kept it in a
I
room
keep
temperature,
it in a cool closet. I have it.
Yeah. So then it lasts longer. But a fragrance normally set, you know, I mean, I'm glad my fragrance are lasting me for this long, but normally a fragrance after a couple of years is starting to lose a little bit of the scent, you know, especially because that bottle, you can't open it all the way up, right? It's closed. It's sealed.
Yeah.
Right? You can't
Yeah,
open it. Right. It's a spray, but you can't
yeah.
open it all the way and pour it down. Some
Right.
other fragrances you can actually unscrew that too and pour it, and then it has a little gap in it, so they get air coming into it, and that can also damage it.
Oh my God. I kid you not, Gear. This is my favorite. And you know, One Direction, you were my favorite. Then I moved you to the second spot when Harry Styles came out with the One Direction. But then it didn't last the test of time. It has lost its scent. One
Right.
of many. You're back on top in my book.
Thank you.
Now, when you
Thank
sent Layla, you also were so very kind to send me a purse, one of your original designs.
Right.
I have cut, again, my purses, perfume, shoes, they are treated better than my husband. So you sent me this purse. I had it in pristine condition for like 10 years. I am so sad. I was telling B, because I think you gave her the exact same purse I'm about to show you. And I have had it. It's in pristine condition, except here's what happened, Gear. A couple weeks ago, I had Mark Hoberman, who you know, he interviewed you on the show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was on the show. Well, I decided I love Yankee candles. I love candles. So I got my new Yankee candle and I said, oh, I'm going to light it. And I decided to put it on the table. Why? I do not know. Well, while I'm in the middle of the interview with Mark, Gear, I see smoke coming up. And I'm like, where's that smoke coming from? And I look, and my beloved purse, your purse, look, it caught on fire right in the middle of the interview, right here. Did you see it?
God. Well, I'm glad your house didn't burn down.
I know, but I have a Japanese friend. They're coming in from Japan in a couple of weeks, and she is like a celebrity artist, and she can fix anything. So I'm going to ask her, is there anything I can do to salvage this? Because this is my favorite purse. And let me show. See, it's this. And I like how when you turn it, it's got more leopard yellow, less leopard. And I know you don't make this anymore, but I'm just showing people what and see what great condition. See?
Yeah.
I mean, I kept this baby in excellent condition. And I don't know if you meant this to do this, but it changes colors. Like, it's not even the light. Even when I go outside, depending if the light hits it. But I kept this, and I am just so upset about that. But I will fix it, even if I have to put.
I wish I had another one to give you, but I don't have any.
You don't make it anymore.
I know.
But let me show you what I did get. It's another one, and we're going to go into showing you some pictures. But Geir was so wonderful to send me some samples. Woo! I am the queen of samples. But let me just show you what the box. This is Geir's fragrance for men. And let's just show you that. That is like this. And I'm going to show pictures. It's just, that is his fragrance for men. And I'm just wondering how you decided to make that. What did you, is it a completely, I haven't smelled it yet because I'm not a man. And, but how did you decide on the product line for the men? Is it completely different from Lila, or it's a different smell?
Well, it's a totally different scent, but it's clean, it's light, but it has more roots in it as well because of the nature in Norway. You know, I love the mountains and I love the woods and the whole thing. So this one has some woods in it. It has citrus notes in it, also lavender and herbs. So it's a little more earthy tones in the men's fragrance.
Yeah.
And you can also mix them together. I have a lot of women like to wear it themselves. So it's very hard to really say it's a men's and a women's fragrance. Even Lila, I have men's like the Lila on them. I go, oh, my wife's, but I steal it from my wife too. I like it, you know. So, so people just like, and Snow is a unisex fragrance. The Snow is a unisex fragrance for both. The one we have in the bag.
I'm excited about that. But I want to show you my beloved purse. He no longer makes, but I did get this super cool one. Let's just see. I love that color. That color is so unique. And what I also love about it is this little purse that comes with it. Oh, wait, where? Look at that. I love purses within purses.
Right.
Isn't that
that is attached to it. Exactly.
Now, I know that you're selling this at all stores, right? This is perfect for spring, summer.
It's actually the bag. I have it only for special, like Mother's Day, Christmas time. And that bag now, my other bags coming out, is only on my website on geirness.com. And I also launching a new bag this spring with Disney. In Disney World in Orlando. That's where I am right now. I'm going to do a Valentine's promotion there this week in Disney World. So I'm actually on the East Coast right now.
And what's the name of that perfume that you're going to be launching for Valentine's Day?
The one I'm doing right now is just going to be Snow and Lila, but I have a new scent coming out not before in October. It will be a continuation, a very special perfume that I'm doing with for Disney also. And that will be out. I don't have a name for it yet, but it will be out in October, November.
I know what the name is. It's called Priscilla.
Yeah, exactly.
So here is the box and his little samples that he gave me. Here is the new Layla. I got another bottle. Ooh, I'm so excited about that. Can't wait to open that. And then this is his vitamin C face cream. I cannot wait to open this because it's California. The sun is killing us out here, Geir.
But that one also, Priscilla, that's a vitamin C cream, which has a lot of antioxidant, but it also has SPF 30. So it protects you from sun damage at the same time. One pump is enough for the whole face. It goes right in and it's not greasy. Doesn't have a lot of that white sink in it. So you can just do like one pump like this, pick it over your forehead, face, and it leaves it on and it goes in and it protects you from sun damage and a lot of this beautiful sun you have in California, you know.
Do you know this is going to be something that you might end up wanting to know, because I am highly allergic to sunscreen. It doesn't matter what kind of sunscreen, I'm highly allergic to it.
Okay.
So I reluctantly I'm going to try this, but I think I'm going to just do it because in the past I just trusted that it wasn't going to break me out, but I'm going to reluctantly try it because I just want to try it, but I'm going to put a little bit on the inside of my arm first. But if it works, then you can say, there is a girl who's highly allergic to all sunscreen and she can wear my product. So I will let you know, because I break out. If I put any sunscreen on, it'll start getting red. And then 15 minutes later, there's a big blister. I got pictures. It is not a pretty sight.
Right. Yeah, try it in the hand first, but I don't think you should have a problem with it because SPF by itself, can be, but when it's inside with vitamin C, and it shouldn't have problem. But you just try it. You know what I mean?
I can't wait because I've been looking to find a product, but I can't wear sunscreen because it breaks me out. And then you gave me a little sample of the Essence of Norway, the hand and body cream. Now, is that scented with an individual scent, or is that like the Lila scent?
It depends what it is. If it says Lila on it, has Lila, and I have Snow. I have both of them.
It says, oh, it does. Oh, I didn't see that because it's a little sample, and I got old eyes. I didn't see that. Okay, all right, and this, I did not open it up yet, but I think, let's open it. Let's do an unboxing. I didn't open it up. I wonder what's in here. And I know you don't know because you probably didn't send this out, but I am excited. Let's do it.
I know what it is.
Do you already from the shape? Oh, you must have sent it out then. Oh my God, what is it? Oh, no. It's the snow. Oh my God, it's the Norsk snow. I wanted to try that. Oh, wait, let me smell it now. Oh my God. Oh, wait. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's so light and airy.
Right.
I love that. Oh, what does that smell like? Oh, that smells like that hot guy I had in 1984. Oh, yeah, I'm having flashbacks, Geir. It's all coming back. So now we can say that this can bring flashbacks of any hot guy that you had in the 80s or 90s. Oh, I love that. Oh, I don't know what now. Now I'm torn because that is, I think that I'm going to love the Layla. It's my only perfume. And now you got to come up with another one. Now we have one more. I wonder what this is. Where is the camera? For God's sake. Oh, what is this? The unboxing. Oh, it's the snow.
Hand and body cream.
Hand and body cream. Oh, so look at that. That's a nice big size too.
Yeah, and that's made for sensitive and dry skin, so you can wash your hands and you're still moisturized.
Oh, so after I wash my hands in the sink, I can use this rather than...
Yeah, and it's also for your body. It's a hand and body cream. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited. Oh, my gosh, Geir. You have made me so happy. And I'm smelling that. Oh, I just don't even... Ooh, I am ready for my husband tonight. I'm going to tear him up. Woo! Well, this puts you in the mood a little bit.
Night for you in
Hollywood. This puts you in the mood. I can tell you, people. So there you go. And we are going to see more products because he also has so many. I do want to go over a list, and I'm sure there's so many. But God, let's just try for the people. Oh, that smells so good. And you came out with this fragrance in the fragrance factory. You went back and said, I need another fragrance. I
worked on this for 2 years for this one.
Oh, 2 years. Okay, so we got Lila, we got Geir for the unit. Oh, you said it. Well, it says for men, but you're
Yeah,
saying
yeah, it's a men's, but
it's for
yes.
men's. And then we got the Norsk Snow, which we just saw. Then we've got the Lila deodorant. Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on that. I've been using Dove for so long. I am ready to change. So I think we're going to go. Then we got the hand and body cream. Then you've got a high level dry skin cream.
Yeah, I
Is
have
that
a
the
whole list. I have all Skin of Norway has a cleanser, moisturizer, eye serum for puffiness and dark circles. I have a mask, all that is under the Skin of Norway. So
Oh, but
yeah.
here's what I wanted to get to. Oh my God. I can't believe you did it. I want to know what your motivation was for this. You have come out with, since the last time you were on the show, with woof, 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 doggy mists and doggy fragrances. Tell us about this. What do they do? What inspired you?
So I do a lot of volunteer work for the animal shelters, and I was told by them that a lot of the dogs there have problem with the skin, and there's
Oh,
so little on the market for very sensitive skin for dogs. So I did a lot of research, and but I met several veterinarians that was telling me, about the ingredients and what's good and what's bad for the dogs, because I didn't know much about that. But I go to the experts, the people who knows this, right?
yeah.
So after the research and worked on this for a long time, we come up with a plant-based shampoo, which is very mild for the skin. So it moistures the skin and it's good and you smell good. And so it's more like on a natural base. So it's all plant based, which is very, very good, with the ingredients that, sometimes you can put something on and you get itchy and stuff. And a lot of
Yeah.
dogs have itchy, they itch all the time
Oh,
and they use in the fun and they get,
yeah.
scratches. So this is to help to get rid of all the itchiness in their skin with the shampoo. And with the scent, with the dog mist, I wanted a scent that if dog doesn't smell good, and then running around in the mud, you can
Yeah.
just spray them a little bit, moisture them, and spray on them. So that's what that mist is for. It has a combination of the gear scent in it and a little bit of the snow combination. So it's very clean and light, but it's just to spray on them, to smell good. But the shampoo is basically for the dry and problematic skin for the dogs.
Yeah, they do suffer a lot with eczema, believe it or not, and
Yeah,
psoriasis. They do because they
yeah,
just don't get enough pampering and love. Like Kim
right.
Kardashian takes care of her animal, but not everybody can do that. So you're coming out with the new scent from Disney. We talked about the new vitamin C cream with SPF, but you're coming out with the new handbag. Is that the one we
No,
just
the
talked about?
new handbag will be out in May, around Mother's Day, May, June, and that will be a totally new bag that is just coming out for that time. So that's really exciting, and it's going to be a fabulous, fun bag again. And yeah, I just sign every spring. I come out with a new one, or in the fall. So I have different bags coming out. Every season I have something new coming out.
Uh-huh.
And the reason I keep the fragrances very limited. It's not like I'm going to have it 5 million fragrances, because it takes me a long time to create them. And
Yeah.
I want the quality and something to be right. And now my fragrances, you can also mix them like snow and lilac. You can mix them together and make the third scent on top of each other. You can put lilac on and snow, and you will see, you will smell different. And it has the cleanness of the both of them. So you can combine them both together.
Ooh, that is
I,
exactly what I'm going to do. My
yeah.
next outing, I'm going to try it. You, I wanted to go into showing the products, and don't take my word for it, people. We are going to have. Are you familiar? Can you set up this video clip? I don't know if you're familiar. I'm going to show a video clip for a lady. She is a beauty influencer, and I found the video for your perfume that I
Mm.
I imagine she's an independent beauty influencer, but I found her when I was looking for various videos of you. And so I want to show her video. Do you know about her video? Are you aware
I
or?
don't.
Okay, so there you go. You're going to get an honest opinion. So we're going to show the video. It's a 10-minute video. So God, she must have been very impressed with this, but we're going to show
Ooh.
about 3 minutes of it.
Okay.
And if you want to see more of it, then I would suggest going to YouTube and typing Geir's name, and you will see her video. Okay, so without further ado, let's show this video from an independent beauty influencer on the
Okay.
perfume, Layla.
Today we have a blind buy review. I have picked up a new perfume to add to my collection, and it is Snow by Geir Ness. Now, some of you, I'm sure, are familiar with his first perfume or first famous perfume, which is Lila. Not Layla. I thought for years it was Layla. It is Lila, the essence of Norway. Now, this perfume they sell at Epcot inside of Disney World in the Norway Pavilion. I know now it may just say Frozen, I'm not sure. But now Norsk Snow has hit the shelves, and I'm going to tell you guys all about it. And if you're a makeup lover only, well then, friendo, don't despair. Because at the very end of this video, I'll show you how I got this eye look right here. Okay, friendos, if you are excited for us to get started, well then, just stay tuned. So I want to start out by talking a little bit about Lila. The reason being is I'm going to do a comparison. There are some clear similarities between these two fragrances, and I kind of want you guys to know what you're getting into. So Lila was the first popular fragrance by Geir Ness. He's a Norwegian immigrant who came to the US and decided to build his American dream here, but he wanted to capture the essence of Norway. So he did this in this perfume. If you've ever seen an interview with Geir Ness, he's very down to earth. He's very funny. He seems like an all-around good guy and someone who's a very family-oriented person. So Lila was actually named after his mother. Now, I say Lila is an enigma because it's an enigma when it comes to fragrance. And you do see this more than once with the more ozonic type fragrances. There's something that are hard to put into words, hard to describe, and even hard for my trained nose to figure out what are these scents. And to be honest, guys, you guys know I go to Fragrantica a lot for information, but this is one of those times where I feel like Fragrantica has done a terrible job of describing this fragrance. And I think that there's a reason for that. So on Fragrantica, they have down that the notes are floral notes, wildflower, and watermelon. If I'm being entirely honest with you guys, while those things are in here, that's not really what comes to mind when I spray this fragrance. To me, this fragrance has a slight salty marineness to it, but it's very demure. It's not at the forefront, it's in the back. Also, these perfumes are cheap. They are very affordable. So the 1.7 fluid ounce bottle goes for $68. And to be honest, you can smell that sort of like little cheapiness in the opening. So when I spray this, I do detect the alcohol. Now, this is still an eau de parfum, which means that it does meet the required standards of a very high fragrance oil content as opposed to alcohol and filler content. And it only takes a minute for that alcoholiness to go away and for you to really bring in that essence of Norway. So is this floral? Is it fruity? Yes, but again, it's more ozonic and marine-like more than anything, in my opinion. It's one of those that you just need to go and smell for yourself. So now what you came here for, the Norsk Snow. So this is the component that it comes in, this nice little square package. You can buy this online at geirness.com. You can also buy it from Epcot. It's now available in the store there. I'm going to read aloud what it says on the back. I created Norsk Snow, Norwegian snow, to capture the spectacular beauty of Norway as winter becomes spring. The fragrance is fresh and clean, as light and natural as mountain air. Now for Norsk Snow, they list out a few more fragrance ingredients than what we see with Lila. So from their own website, they say that the base notes are green leaves, wild berries, orange blossom. Middle notes are fresh herbs, citrus, lily of the valley, and top note is lavender and green leaves. You get less of that oceanic vibe that you get in Lila. In Snow, this one is more about the ozonics. Now, these aren't listed, I don't think. Well, it does mention wild berries, but I would be remiss if I didn't tell you guys I definitely smell some juniper berry coming through, as well as I think I smell some juniper woods coming through on this fragrance. The lavender is also very refreshing. That sort of lingers on the skin, and also the wild berries. Those are the two that I feel like just kind of maintain their freshness on the skin. Now, this fragrance is not eternal on my skin. It lasts me about 2 to 3 hours, which isn't a super long time, but you do have to keep in mind that this is a cheaper fragrance. And the
Albert. We could have gone on. She went on for like 10 more minutes. Oh, 7 more
no, that was
minutes.
good.
but I really I don't know her. I just found it on YouTube. I sent the flyer over to B and you as well to make sure that you viewed it and it was okay to view. So I assume that it was. And do you feel like she was correct in her again, you made a very good point earlier. Everybody smells things differently. So with what she was smelling, have you ever heard anyone say it has more of like a salty kind of Mediterranean smell?
No.
Or yeah.
I never heard that before. No.
Yeah. So that just goes to prove that you have to smell it yourself. You can listen to beauty reviewers. You can listen to people who do beauty reviews, but I just go and smell the crap myself. I'm like, I just smell my stuff. I just smell it. I try it on because everybody's going to have a different olfactory system going on.
Right.
But exactly. I think overall, she was very positive about the perfumes. I did not like how she was calling it the cheaper end. I don't know who she is, but
I think she meant it was not. She said cheap and it wasn't that expensive. You know, it didn't think she.
That's not a good word to use, people, for my audience. If you're doing product reviews, you never say a product is cheap. You say less expensive or inexpensive. Never use.
So that's another thing that you use exactly when you create something or you're doing it. The wording is important too, and how you're positive and everything too. So
yes. And if you can't, well, my mother said if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. But I think that people in general, if you want to be a reviewer, and this falls into the world of entertainment, so I'm going to just tell you, you have to be very careful with your pop words. You can't if you're going to be reviewing stuff, you do not use words like cheap or this or that. You can't, because it just doesn't make you look very educated, because cheap is just a base word. So don't use it. So that's my tip for you. But I love it. And let me tell you, I'm still smelling it. And I'm probably, and again, people may not realize this, but when you spray a perfume, just like your olfactory system is going to smell something different than someone else, when you spray it on your skin, it may last for hours on you, but another person, it's going to dissolve within a couple hours. There is no perfume on the planet that will stay for, like, you wouldn't want it to stay for 3 days, right? I can't wash it off. I can't get it off. But the lighter, fresher perfumes, from my experience of using them, are ones that are going to, you need to like pump it a little bit more, because they don't want, I imagine the designers don't want it to be stuck to your skin for hours and hours, because when it mixes with the sweat and other things that are coming out of your pores, it can completely change the smell of the perfume. So I think that fragrance designers do think about that when they're making a perfume. And look, I'm telling you how
I
And
love
you're
it.
a fragrance designer, and I'm telling you, well, this is how they do it. I don't know, but I've just read that, and that's just like with soaps and lotions and stuff. That's what they say, that everybody, it's going to smell differently on other people. Everybody. So
Yes.
there you go. Now,
Yes.
we are going to show a couple of your products. Then we're going to be
Okay.
ending the show. So, Albert, can we show these wonderful products? Because I just had a couple of them and I want to show pictures of all. So this is the Gear. Do you want to tell us what this is? This is the what, face cleanser and shaving gel?
Yeah, this is the men's face cleanser and shaving gel. So you can leave it on, you can shave it, or use it as a face cleanser. It's very good for redness in your skin, and if you have dry skin too, it moisturizes your skin as well. But you put a moisturizer on afterwards, but it's also really good for your skin. If you have dry and sensitive skin, that's what it's for.
And that's a beautifully designed bottle. You're completely involved with the designing of the products, right?
Yes, of
That's a
course.
beautiful, beautiful design. Okay, next, what do we have? Oh, there's my perfume.
And that's the snow, and you can see like little on the packaging, like you basically see the mountains behind it. It's very
Yeah.
subtle, nice, and it's clean. It's light. You get the great energy. And I want it to feel like you are up in Norway. You feel good. You wake up in the morning. You're tired. You put it on. You feel refreshed, and you want it to, and you want the day to be fabulous. And that's why you put the scent on to give you the
Yeah.
nice energy for the day.
Yeah, I still smell it. It smells
Mm.
fantastic. Okay, next, what do we have? Oh, I didn't get that purse. I love that. When was that design?
That was now for around Christmas time. I had that one, and this one is for Lila.
Oh,
Also has a, as you see on the right side, a little pocket inside, as a little purse that is attached to the bag as well, and it has the fragrance and the cream, and those are really fun bags, and they are all sold out now as well. Um,
oh,
and so when they're sold out, I don't. So I have people collecting them. I saw one woman; she had 18 different bags that I created. She showed me a picture of them. She has it in the living room. She collect them, and
oh.
so yeah. So
See,
every time I have a bag,
I
it.
would have loved that because I like the tall bags. And what I
Mhm.
noticed, I don't know if you do it on purpose, but I noticed that the one that I have, the leopard skin, is a tall bag. And this is a tall bag. And I tend to carry a lot of stuff, but yet I don't want it to look like a suitcase. So this, darn, I wish I would have known. I would have got this. But I love the tall bags. Is your next bag coming out in for in I think you said Mother's Day, around Mother's Day? Is that
Yeah,
going to
it
be
will be
a
on my
tall one?
website. So everything will be on my website too. So
Ah,
so your people are watching you. They can also look it up on my website, and they can see when new things coming up, and they can, sign up for my website, and they will get it automatically. They will email you and let you know the new things coming out as well.
yes, and you, if when they sign up, they automatically get 10% off.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
what I love any kind of a discount or a coupon.
Yeah,
But
and we have special a lot too, right?
do you make all of your bags to be the taller? Is that your style?
Yeah, most of them are because we have to, most of them are taller than, yeah, but they're not too big either. You know what I mean? I
No,
want everybody to be able to wear them, and then most of them are most crossover. Many of them are crossover bags as well.
right. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I love those tall bags. Okay, what do we have next, Albert? Oh, this is the deodorant I was telling you about, people.
yeah, and
So I imagine it has the Lila smell.
it's no smell, but it has no aluminum. It's aluminum free, so and it goes on clear. It doesn't stain in the clothes or anything. So it's
That's
really
very
good.
important when you're buying your deodorant. You want it to be sulfite
Yeah,
free, paraben free, and aluminum free,
right,
just to let you know in case you never thought about it. That's very important. So,
right.
with Gears, he's saying that this is ammonia. What did you say? Aluminum.
Aluminum free.
Oh, and I like how it says it's alcohol free too. And it
Right,
says with green tea and lemongrass extract. Oh, those
right.
are two of my favorite scents. I love that. What do we have next, Albert? Woo! Skin of Norway Detoxifying Hydration Mask.
So this mask, you put it on for like 10, 15 minutes. They say twice a week. And you leave it on, and it's a gel. So when you open the lid, you push it down, and gel comes up, and you leave it on for like 10, 15 minutes, and you wash it off, get all the dead skin cells off your skin, and it helps to build up new skin again. And
Oh,
it's really good, like see on a Monday after the weekend is great, and then on the Friday before the weekend, so you feel refreshed. So usually people like twice a week, like Friday, Monday, whatever, but that's a good way to do it.
oh yeah, we love masks. I'm a mask wearer myself. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, that's the perfume that I was showing
Yeah,
you.
that's the men's fragrance. Yeah.
The men's fragrance. And then what do we have next, Albert? Oh, that's the lotion.
That's the
Well,
lotion.
actually,
And
I have the snow. That's
yeah,
the
and they both are made for sensitive and dry skin. The Lila and the Snow are both for sensitive and dry skin, and it has no paraben, no aluminum in it, and it's really, really good for your skin, and especially if you have problem with sensitive or dry skin.
Yeah. And as I told you, my skin is extremely sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And in the last about 10 years ago, as I said, when I got the purse, you had included some Lila lotion, this exact one. And I'm always scared about putting perfumed lotion on my skin. But I said, well, let's try it. I usually use green tea exclusively because of the allergic reactions, but I tried this and it did not break me out. I was very excited. That went really fast because I love that. So that's really
Thank
good
you.
if you have a sensitive skin like I do.
Right.
I'm allergic to metals. I'm allergic to wool. I'm allergic to linen. I'm allergic to gold. I cannot even wear gold earrings. I can only wear silver. So for this to not break me out, that says a lot. Okay, what's next, Albert? Oh, the candles. Now, see, I wish I would have got a candle in my little grab bag. I love candles. Oh, I love the beautiful color. Is that the color of the jar and it's white inside?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And does it really smell like Lila when you
It
burn
does.
it?
It smells amazing. Even if you don't smell it, you can smell the whole house smells amazing with it.
Oh my gosh. Now is this, I think this is a 8-ounce. And I usually, as I said, I get those Yankee candles with like the 3 wicks. So I think it's like a pound. Is this, yeah, 16 ounces. Is this the only one size that it comes
Yeah,
in?
it's actually soy blend with,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's really good for the week, and it's it's one size, and it lasts for up to 40 hours.
Oh,
And when you don't lit them, you can still smell it. It smells amazing. So you can have a room.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting that. That's on my buy list. What do we have next, Albert? Oh, we're back to the
Okay.
Lila. And
All
what do we have?
right.
Yeah. What? And is that it, Albert? Or I could have sworn we're getting to my favorite pictures. What do we have? Yay! My woof 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 woof. And
Yeah.
I like how you, of course, change it from woof woof to woof
So
woof.
I don't know if you know the story behind the
No.
dog, but it's actually a friend of mine. He had created a lot of different things in the movie industry, and I don't know if you heard about the movie Lilo and Stitch.
Yes, Lilo and Stitch. Yes.
Yeah. So my friend, Chris, he created the movie. So I called him up one day and said, Chris, can you do me a favor? I'm doing a dog shampoo, but I want a happy dog with my personality in it. So he said to me, well, send some friend picture of it, Geir. So I did. And he did that. So he see me as a husky. So that's me as a dog that he did for me.
Ah, I did not know that. You should have that blown up and put on your wall. Did you do that already? Did you do it?
I haven't done that yet, but I mean, he's just so talented, and it's such a wonderful person, and he just did it for me and so fast. And it's like, pop, pop. I see it's a husky. See this, the blue eyes, and then and some fun and happy, you know.
Oh,
So
that's a gorgeous, gorgeous dog. You
yeah,
definitely need to get that blown up into a 24 by 36 and put it
yeah.
on your wall. And then you should actually sell those uh for the woof 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 products, because I know people would buy that particular dog. You know that that's a beautiful
Yeah,
picture.
I
So,
have more stuff coming out soon with that too. You know, like a gift
yeah,
set with them. It's coming
yeah.
out this spring. Yeah.
Well, try to get that picture. And what else do we have, Albert? Or is that? Oh, we're back
That's me.
together!
Yay!
Yay!
Well,
Okay. Well,
th-
I
thank,
want to wrap this up by saying, asking you, there's a lot going on, but what is next for Geir Ness? Like, what are you excited about that's coming up or is going on right now?
well, I'm excited about being out this weekend with Disney for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
We have a big promotion in there with Disney, and I heard that there's a lot of people coming in town because I'm now here in Orlando.
Are you,
Um,
is it in Epcot inside the park? Is that where the promotion
yes,
is
yeah.
happening?
So I have it in different places in Disney World, but I will personally now be at Epcot in the in Norway for this promotion.
Ah, I didn't even
So
know they had one in Norway. They've got a Epcot center in Norway. I didn't know.
yeah, so Epcot, you know, is part of many different countries, right? Inside Epcot. And
Okay.
they have the UK, they have Italy, they have France, they have all of them, and one in Norway. So, and I will be in Norway pavilion for Valentine's Day. So,
On
start to wait
actual
for that.
Valentine's Day on the 14th, February 14th.
Yeah, the day after tomorrow,
Ah,
I'll be there
see?
all weekend. Yeah,
Everybody has to come out and see him. I am
that's
telling
right.
you where he is. He's in Norway, February 14th
Exactly.
at the Epcot Center. Is it in any particular store, or where will you be? Because that's a
If
huge
you
place.
go into Norway Pavilion, you will find me. Trust me.
Okay. All right. Go into the pavilion. You're going to find them.
Exactly.
All
Yes.
right. I wish I could come for Valentine's Day. I want to go to Norway. I found out, Gear, I did, you know, those ancestry sites where you send your DNA.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I just found out a couple years ago that my aunt, because I was always so proud I'm Irish and English, and of course I know history, and I know that the Vikings came and did their thing in England. But when I did the DNA test, I found out that I have a huge percentage of my ancestry DNA from Norway.
Wow.
Yes, I'm actually part Viking.
I love that. You're a real Viking girl.
I'm a Viking girl. Yes. So I was very proud of that. So I am going to hire a genealogist to dig some more and maybe find out as much as they can from where my roots came from. But I've always wanted to go to Norway. It is on my bucket list. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it is some. If I do, I'm coming to visit you. Where's your house?
I'll be your tour guide. I'll be a tour guide.
Okay, sweetie. Well, I just want to tell everyone to go to your website, geirness.com, GEIRNESS.com. His products are available in every store. I know Nordstrom, God, I would imagine Macy's, just all the big department stores. But it's probably best if they go to your website to find it.
Well,
Or
it's the
just
easiest because we
Google.
have everything on my website, you know, or
Yeah.
you know, or Nordstrom.com has Lila and Snow, their Amazon Prime, my website,
Yes.
you know, and everything. So you'll
Yes.
find it everywhere.
I found you a lot of your products on Amazon, which is I'm on Amazon like 3 times a day ordering stuff. So that's where I said I'm going to order your deodorant and your candles from Amazon Prime if they sell it there. Well, Geir, it is
Thank
way
you
past
so
your
much.
beauty bedtime because you're 3 hours different.
It's almost midnight now, so
So
I feel
it's
look
all
good
that
for
we're
Mickey.
gonna let you go before the midnight sun comes,
Thank
right?
you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. We look forward to seeing you, and
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. All the best to you and all of you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Question Reality with Priscilla Leona.